Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi, thank you for joining me today. Please do me a favor, type in the chat. Can you see and hear me okay? Let's make sure that the video and audio work before we get started. So just type in the chat. We can see you, Tutor Nicole. So can you see and hear me all right? Also, if you could do me a favor, type in the chat, where are you listening from today? Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Tutor Nicole, and I will be here teaching you guys on Cambly's live session today. While we are waiting for everybody to get in, please type in the chat, where are you calling in from? All right. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Japan, Cambodia, Kenya, Turkey, Bulgaria. All right. Hi from Kenya and Ukraine. Hello from Nepal and South Korea. Welcome. Hi from Denmark, India, Russia. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hi, guys. Welcome. I have one quick announcement. So I apologize about our technical difficulties from last Sunday. So like you know, we have Cambly live sessions every Sunday. Last Sunday, there was a little bit of technical error, so we didn't get to post on last Sunday. But the good news is that video, that lesson about the magic E spelling is actually gonna be posted tomorrow on the Cambly playlist. So if you take a look at the section, there's gonna be a link where you can go watch that video. You can also visit our YouTube channel and watch the video about the magic E spelling rule. Again, I'm sorry about last Sunday, but we're good to go from here on out, okay? All right, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Hi from France, Somalia, Bangladesh. Okay. Welcome. If you join at any time, don't forget you can always come back and watch this video. It will be posted to our YouTube channel after the lesson today. So no worries if we come a little late, you can always rewatch it, okay? Awesome, are we ready to get started on the lesson today? All right, well, my name is Tutor Nicole, and today we are gonna be learning about blending verbs into a sentence. So blending different verbs and different verb tenses into the same sentence. We actually had a request from one of you guys from our Sunday sessions asking us to talk a little bit about this. So thank you for your recommendation, okay? Again, so we're gonna be talking about blending different verbs in the same sentence, okay? So, blending verbs in a sentence. The general guideline is that when we are blending verbs in the same sentence, we do not want to shift from one form to a different tense, okay? And this is if it's in the same time frame of the same action. Okay, so if it's in a different time frame, that's okay. But if it's in the same time frame, we can't change tenses. And so what I mean by that is if something is happening in the past, right? And another thing happened in the past, we have to keep it that way. We cannot change it. Okay? Another rule of thumb we like to say is just to try your best to keep the tenses consistent in sentences, paragraphs, and essays. Okay, so it's important to try your best to keep the same verb tenses when writing. But today, we're going to learn how to blend the different tenses. Okay. But really, there's no restriction when blending verbs in the same sentence. It's possible with the help of things like contractions. And so behind me, you will see a list of contractions. Contractions are like filler words that really help when blending two verbs into a sentence. Okay. And so whenever we're doing practice today, just take a look behind me and you can use some of these words to help you write sentences. Okay? So I have a few sentence examples for you today. And in the chat, I just want you to type if it's correct or incorrect. Okay? So the first sentence says, during the match, my dad stood up and waved at me. Okay? During the match, my dad stood up and waved at me. Okay? Are these correct or incorrect? Okay. I'm getting a lot of correct. You're right. All right. So this is correct because the events happened at the same time. Okay. He stood up and waved at the same time. Okay. So that is correct. All right. Tell me if this one is correct or incorrect. During the match, my dad stood up and waves at me. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? Okay, he stood up and waves at me. Okay, those of you who are saying incorrect, why? Why do you think it's incorrect? Why can't we use stood and waves in the same sentence? Okay, those of you who said incorrect are correct, okay? The actions stood and waves happen at the same time, so they would need to be in the same tenses. Okay, so if he's standing up and waving at the same time, they can't be in two different tenses. Okay, so they can't be in past and future, right? Or past and what is it called? Present. Okay? Very good. Yes. All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about contractions, structure, context, and how they influence the way that you blend verbs in a sentence. Okay? So have you guys ever heard of the words contractions or conjunctions? We're going to learn about those today. So we've had a lesson on this one before. Contraction are words like aren't, all right? So they take are not and they blend it together. Aren't. I am becomes I'm. Can't. Didn't. You'll. What's. Won't or don't. Okay, so this don't comes from do not, right? Won't. Will not. Okay? So these are contractions. All right. Thank you guys for joining the lesson today. Again, if you come a little late, do not worry. We're going to post the video on our YouTube channel after the lesson's done today, so you can watch it again, okay? Now, conjunctions are really important when blending verbs into a sentence. And so you'll see that I have some conjunction examples behind me. A conjunction is a word used to connect clauses or sentences. Okay, so type in the chat, what are some examples of conjunctions? You can use some examples behind me. You can type different conjunctions that you learned in an English class before. Okay, my favorite conjunction is probably something like but. Right? So, what are some of your favorite conjunctions to use? However, but, yet, as, lovely, either or, because, since, okay, nevertheless, furthermore. These are some really great conjunctions. All right, thank you for those examples. So here are some more examples of conjunctions you can use. While I show you these conjunctions, if you'd like to maybe practice typing a sentence with some of these conjunctions, when, because, before, during, after, as if, since, although, so, yet, and, but, or, now, and even. For example, I was walking when I tripped, or I missed the bus. Maybe I was late today because tomorrow I will be at school. All right, so these are some ways that you can use conjunctions. They're great ways to connect verbs in a sentence. Okay? And speaking of verbs, let's talk real quick about the 12 verb tenses. I have some text here that is a little too small for me to put up on the board, but these are going to be the 12 verb tenses that I refer to in the lesson. Okay, so type in the chat. Have you seen the 12 verb tenses? Do you know the 12 verb tenses? Okay, so we have, for example, like past simple, present continuous. Okay, so we're going to do some practice today with the 12 verb tenses and with the conjunctions. Okay, so for example, I might refer to like the past simple, and I might say, I studied English yesterday, but tomorrow I will study Spanish. Okay, so these are going to be some of the verb tenses we're talking about, and then these are some of the conjunctions. Okay, you'll also see there's a link to our 12 verb tenses video in the chat, so you can take a look at those. Okay, so my question to you guys are which 3 verbs are used in this sentence? Okay, so just type in the chat the 3 verbs that are used in this sentence. Okay. I have heard that she left London this morning and has already arrived in Paris, where she will be for the next 3 weeks. Okay, and I will hold this up as well. Sorry, it's kind of hard. So which 3 verb tenses did I use in this example? All right. Arrived, left, past verb heard, present. Okay. So what verbs are we looking at here? We're looking at have heard, left, already arrived, will be. So we are using a lot of different verbs. We're blending verbs in this sentence. Okay. And there's a lot of conjunction as well. So in this example, these are the ones that we used. Okay, we used present perfect tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. Okay, so this was just an example of how many different verbs you can blend in a sentence if you're using things like conjunctions and your 12 verbs. Okay? Nice job, everybody. So we're going to make some of this today. It'll be exciting. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some past tense examples. So past simple would just be I walked home, right? Really simple. I walked home. Now, if we want to add the past continuous, so blend two of those verbs, I have, for example, I walked home while it was raining. Okay, so this is the past simple, and I'm adding the past continuous. Okay, these are both still in past tense, but I was able to blend them together with a conjunction. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the conjunction in this sentence? I walked home while it was raining. Which one is the conjunction? Very good. Okay, so the conjunction here is while. Virtual high five. Good job. Okay, now if we want to add, for example, the past perfect, I have here, I walked home after my classes had finished. Okay, which is the conjunction here? I walked home after my classes had finished. Okay, so yes, this one would be after. And this allowed me to blend in the past perfect. Nice job. Okay, here is an example using the past perfect continuous. I walked home after I had been learning all day. Okay, so you'll see I have the past simple, a conjunction after, and the past perfect continuous right here. Okay? You guys are doing a really great job. Thank you. And then here is an example of blending a present simple. And we'll get into some examples here in a second so we can practice, okay? I was walking in such terrible conditions that now I need new shoes. Okay, so tell me, which two verbs did I blend and which conjunction did I use here? Okay, so just type in the chat, which two verbs did I blend and which conjunction did I use? Okay, so those of you who said that now is the conjunction, you're correct, right? It is that now. Very good. And then which two verb tenses did I use? Okay. So, yes, I have the past continuous. Okay, this is the past continuous, and this is the present simple right here. All right, good job, you guys. We just have a few more examples. Okay, this one, I was walking home, and now I will tell you what I saw. Okay, again, which one is the conjunction? Which word is the conjunction? Yes, very good. And now is the conjunction. And now. And then which two verbs did I blend? Okay, this is the past continuous, and this is the future simple. Will tell. Okay, so now we get to practice. So let's practice. We're gonna use I was walking home plus a conjunction of your choice. Okay, you get to choose which conjunction, and then a different verb tense. Okay, and I'll give you an example. My example is I was walking home because I had missed the school bus. Okay, so you'll see that I have the I was walking home. Okay, so the past continuous. And then I have the past simple, missed the school bus. I chose because as my conjunction. All right. So go ahead, use this formula, and I want you guys to create maybe one or two sentences with this formula I have. Okay, I was walking home when I met my teacher. Lovely. So when is a good conjunction. I was walking home while it was raining. Good. All right, and I'll also hold this up for some help for you guys too, okay? Okay. I was walking home when a cougar ran towards me. That's scary. Okay, I was walking home when the cab had crashed. Good. I was walking home and suddenly my phone rang. I really like the conjunction suddenly. Yeah. I was walking home and now I'm home, right? Those are two different verb tenses. Simple. Good. I was walking home while my mother cooked lunch. That's a great example. Awesome. Okay. You guys, these are some really great examples. Everything I've seen so far is perfect. Keep up the great work. Good. Now I'm going to let you try your own. Okay. So it doesn't have to be when I was walking home. Okay. You can do whatever you want now. And I want you to blend two verbs using a conjunction. Okay. And I'll give you an example. So my example is we were studying for our exam until I realized I will study in class tomorrow. Okay, I blended three verb tenses here. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. All right, so again, you can use the list of conjunctions behind me, but I want you to try to blend two verb tenses using one conjunction, at least one conjunction. And I will go ahead and read some examples that we have. All right. So, past continuous. I was coming home from an adventure when I had realized that the live stream had started. Lovely. Okay. Okay. These are some really great examples. Don't forget, okay, you're going to blend two of the 12 verb tenses with any conjunction. Okay. So here's some examples with study. Okay. I was cooking dinner when suddenly I had a backache. Tomorrow I won't swim. Good. Good use of contractions and conjunctions there, Suli. Good. I was exercising for my health in order to get in shape. Nice job, Harry. Okay. I was drinking tea while the dog was barking, right? Because it is happening at the same time. We were studying for our class until I noticed I really wanted to go drink some cup of coffee. Good. Okay. I was watching TV until my husband came home. Awesome job, you guys. So I have a challenge for you. Let's see if we are ready for our challenge, okay? Can you blend three verb tenses into the same sentence? So not two anymore. Can you blend three? Okay, I have an example for you. I was blank when I blank that I will blank tomorrow. Okay, so maybe I was studying when I realized that I will take a test tomorrow. So see if you can blend three verb tenses. You can use my example or you can make your own using conjunctions. All right. I was watching TV while I joined Cambly. Cambly Live, and now I feel hungry. Lovely. Okay. You used multiple conjunctions and 3 verbs. Good. I was sleeping when the baby started crying, and now I can't sleep. Good. I was on the phone when I saw you on YouTube Live, and now I will hang up the phone. Right? I was having a great time at the park when I realized that I need to study for my English test with my wonderful Cambly teacher. You guys, these are some amazing sentences, all right? You guys are doing really great. So keep up the good work. Don't forget to use one of your 12 verb tenses and a few conjunctions, okay? And it will create a sentence blending multiple verbs. Yeah, good job, you guys. So we did this already. So try 3 verbs in 1 sentence, right? And feel free to read other people's sentences, get some inspiration. Okay. Now we're going to practice a little bit with the past continuous. Okay, so we started with the example, I was walking home, right? I was walking home when blank. Okay, when was our conjunction. And I will teach us now how to add the past simple. Okay, so for example, I was walking home when the accident happened. Okay, maybe I was walking home when I tripped. Okay, this is a past simple. So go ahead, do me a favor, use this example, but try a different past simple. So add something different to this sentence. Okay, I was walking home when blank. I was walking home when my friend called me. I was walking home when Cambly's class started. Okay? So this is adding the past simple. Nice job, you guys. Good morning. I was walking home when I saw a pigeon. Good. So again, you are adding just the past simple here. Past simple is, for example, studied English. Okay. I was walking home when my lesson started, right? So again, this is happening in the same time frame. So it's important to stay in the past tense. Okay? Now let's do a practice with past perfect. Okay? I was walking home because I had lost my bus card. Okay, maybe I was walking home because I had forgotten to drive. Good. Okay, so again, we are adding here the past perfect, had lost. All right. Good job, you guys. I love our examples. We're doing a great job. When my friend called me, good. You guys are great. Thank you. Next is going to be the present continuous. So I was walking home and now I'm watching TV. So the conjunction and now is really important here because it's taking us from one time to another time. Okay, so things like tomorrow. Tomorrow changes the time frame. If we don't use a conjunction like this, then it really wouldn't work, right? I was walking home because I'm watching TV. would not work because we're still in the same time. Okay, so and now helps us go from was walking, the past, to current, present, am watching. Okay. And now we're going to do a little bit of practice with some present tense and other verbs. Okay. And I'm going to ask you a few questions below. So pay attention to the questions below. Okay. So it says, today I am studying Spanish. Tomorrow I will study math. So my question for you are, which two verbs blended? Okay, so which two verbs up here are blended? And also, which word is the conjunction? Okay. So which two verbs did I use that are blended? Okay. And what is the conjunction? Okay, good. Yes. The conjunction is tomorrow. Tomorrow changes from present to future. Okay. So we have here present continuous and future simple. Okay, and this is how we were able to blend the two verb sentences in the same sentence. Okay, why don't you guys give me a quick example of blending using the conjunction tomorrow? Okay, so for example, today I am eating a banana. Tomorrow I will eat an apple. Okay. So tomorrow is a really great conjunction word when blending tenses between present, past, and future. And so some of our examples, IJ, this is awesome. I read a book, and tomorrow I will go to the cinema. Okay. Nice. All right, you guys are doing great. So what sentences can you make using the conjunction tomorrow? Okay, so we're going to go between two verb tenses here. Okay, today I'm training in the gym with the boys. Tomorrow I will sleep all day. Oh, Suli, this is a good one with a contraction and a conjunction. Today I have a backache, so tomorrow I won't practice exercises. Good. Today I'm enjoying Sunday. Tomorrow I'll go to school, right? Good. Today I am working, but tomorrow I will sleep like 10 hours. That sounds really nice. Good. Okay, we just have a few more, and then I'm going to have you guys make some of your own sentences. Again, guys, if you are joining today now and you missed a little bit of the lesson, do not worry. This video is going to be posted to the Cambly channel after we're done, okay? So again, guys, thanks for coming today. And don't worry, this video is going to be posted for later, okay? So I am eating cereal for breakfast. Later for lunch, I will eat a salad. My question for you, which two tenses are used and what is the conjunction? So again, it says, I am eating cereal for breakfast. Later for lunch, I will eat a salad. So which one is the conjunction? What word here is the conjunction? And what two verbs are used? Okay. I've seen a few of us say the word later is the conjunction. You are correct. Okay. Later is the conjunction. And then the two verb tenses used are the present continuous and simple future. All right. So I am eating is the present continuous and will eat is the future simple. Good job. You guys are like pros at the 12 verbs. Nice job. All right, guys, so now it's your turn. I would like you to make a sentence using the formula present continuous plus a conjunction plus the simple future. Okay, so you could use my example that I put up here. Am eating cereal for for breakfast. Later for lunch, we will have a salad. Okay, so again, I use the present continuous plus a conjunction plus the simple future. And so now we're going from present to future. And so you'll want to think about the conjunction you're using. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later, maybe after is a good conjunction. So go ahead, make a sentence using two verbs, the present continuous and the future simple, or just the present and the future and a conjunction. And let's see what examples we come up with. I'm excited. Awesome. So I am studying English with Cambly. Tomorrow I will learn science with my teacher. Okay. I am reading a book and then I will watch a movie on my computer. Okay. Notice how everybody's conjunctions are words like tomorrow, after, or later, because this helps us move from the present to the future. I am practicing speaking English, and tomorrow I will sleep longer. Good. Awesome. And you can use the same verb, right? I use the verb to eat, or you could change the verbs. I am listening to music now. Later, I will play a game. You could also say something like, I am listening to music now, and later I will listen to a movie, right? That's still to listen. Good. Your sentences today have been so amazing. I love to see everything. Good. What I'm learning today, I'll use tomorrow. Good job. All right. So before I wrap up our live session today, I want to leave this open to you guys. Do you have any questions today about blending verbs in a sentence? So just type in the chat, what questions do you have for me? Again, guys, you did so amazing with creating your sentences and learning about blending verbs. I'm so proud of you. A few quick announcements while you guys are typing your questions. We do have a promo code for you today. The promo code is Go Live, and you can either click the link in this video or you could go to the Cambly page and type in Go Live, and it can get you up to 36% off of your yearly subscriptions. Okay, so Go Live is going to be the code to get a discount for your Cambly subscriptions. If you do not know what Cambly is, it's your first time hearing about Cambly. It is an online English learning platform where you get paired with a native English speaker to help you better your English and to practice your English. And it's really great. So welcome to Cambly. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let's see what questions we have. So what is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word used in a sentence to help blend verbs, to help to connect verbs, to help bring everything together. Okay, so these are some conjunctions, and they're normally placed in between two verbs. All right, what other questions do we have? So the discount for the Go Live is up to 36% off of yearly subscriptions. Okay. If you want to make a private lesson with me or any other Cambly tutor, just click the link in this video when it's posted, and it will be taken to my profile, and you can book a session with me. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Yeah, so you can use as many conjunctions as you want in a sentence, as long as it makes sense, right? Not too many. Let's see. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. If we came a little late, do not worry. This lesson will be posted on Cambly's YouTube channel after this is over, so you can go and rewatch it. Also, don't forget the video from last Sunday is also going to be posted tomorrow of the silent letter E. So don't forget to check that one out too on Cambly's channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Don't forget, we meet here every single Sunday for a Cambly Live session. I will see you next Sunday, okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day. Happy Sunday. Bye.